Hello, welcome to the May tutorial. Now I know I'm squeaking it in at the end of the month, but this one is going to be so much fun. You saw the sneak peek. Let's get into it. This week, this month, we are going to use some really cool files from Creative Fabrica. We are going to use this space font. I'll link to all of these so you can find them. Also, this UFO flying logo set, lots of options in here. We exist alien SVG file, and we're going to use some digital papers. I've chosen these blue galaxy papers and green space galaxy papers. You can use whatever you like. I just thought we'd play with this fun alien galaxy theme. Today we're also going to be using, again, Pixlr. So Pixlr is fantastic. We used it last month. We're going to use it again, and we're going to be using the Pixlr E Advanced Photo Editor. Here's last month's project. If you haven't done that one yet, go check it out. It's a fun project. We are going to create a new image, and let's call it this one. We're going to go through this a couple of times. Alien birthday. Cool. I think that's what we'll call it. Now, in the width, we're going to make a 6" by 4" because we're going to use photographs again. So to make a 6 by 4, we want 450 pixels by 360 pixels. We do want a background, just going to choose white. Click create, and here is our gorgeous piece. Now I'm going to take this back to our regular black and white just so it looks good. So this is our, it changes our screen and our text, etc., etc. We're going to use a few fun tools, a few things we haven't done before. Let's start by adding some of the green galaxy paper. So for this, we're going to go File, Open Image, or Control O or Command O, and let's go to the right folder. We're doing a packing tape transfer technique. So I'm going to show you how we do this, and then I'm going to show you how to turn it into a clear transfer that you can use on a whole bunch of fun things. Here are my green space. Oh, look at all those papers, they're so cool. I think this one is speaking to me, so let's open this one. We want full HD, apply. Oh, that's so pretty. We need to copy this. So if you're on a PC, Control A, Control C. If you are on a Mac, Command C, and we have it copied. We actually don't need that anymore, so I'm going to close it. Now we need to paste it, so Control V or Command V, and it's pasted. However, it's a lot bigger than the surface that we're working on. So we're going to click on the white corner and drag so that the blue line matches on the left. Then bottom right, click on that white square and drag. Look at that, we can see a lot more of our universe. So to do this, I'm literally just scrolling in and out. So I'm scrolling up to make it bigger, scrolling down to make it smaller with my mouse. Oh, that looks so good. Now you can move it up and down so you get the parts that you want the best. I kind of like it kind of centered like that. So now let's play with fonts. We need our text tool, which is our T here. We are using free software, and so we are going to get ads. We can just click that away. When we click T, we need to then click onto our surface. Do you want to add a text layer? Yes, add. And we're just going to type in a simple happy return birthday. Fantastic. And we need to also, well, you know what, we do need to change the size, but let's change that font first. So up here we have font, and the current one is Stay Home. That's what we used in last month's tutorial, but we want a new font. So we are going to use the space font, which is this one here. So you'll need to download whatever font you want to use, get it unzipped and ready to go. And we're going to click on Add Local Font. So we need to go find our space font. Okay, so here is our space font. I'm going to double click on that. I want to install the TTF. And look at that. There is our space font. So we're going to choose that. And now we can change the size. So click on the drop arrow here, and we can just slide that so we get it looking a little bit more. And you can move the box around when you see that 4-sided arrow. Now, I think we also need to make this box a little bigger. Oh, look at that. That is looking really good. I like this. I like it a lot. So we can move our font around so that's covering parts of our green galaxy paper that we really, really like. Now it's time for us to use a new tool. The way I made that blue box go away is I just clicked over here on the outside area, the grey area. So we want to choose the wand select tool. Make sure that you are also choosing this happy birthday layer. So you want to click on your H and see how now we've got marching ants all around there. Hold the shift key and click on each of the letters to highlight them. Make sure that you're clicking on a black section of each letter. You don't want to click in a whole of the letter, otherwise you're going to highlight the wrong part. So there we go. All of the letters are now highlighted. Now there are several ways to do this. This is just one that we're going to use today. We are now going to change. We're going to click on this other layer, the background copy layer, so our green file, and we are going to copy. So Control C or Command C. And now you can see on the right hand side here, there are check boxes. This will hide and hide. And all we're left with is marching ants. We don't need them, so we can click on the marquee select box. Just click anywhere, it will go away. And now for the magic. Control V or Command V. Ta-da! Look at that. We have our font, but it's in the Galaxy paper. Now this is a fairly pixeled kind of font. We're going to do this again with something else, but this is very cool. So we want to save this. So we can go Layer, Flatten Image, because if we want to print it, we need to do that. File, Save. Still going to call it Alien Birthday. I want to save it as a JPEG, high resolution, and we click Download. So this is going to download it into my Downloads section of my computer, which is where I can retrieve it a little later. Now that our ads have run, we can click Close, and we can close this one, because we don't really need that one anymore. Shall we do another just with a different kind of file? That was with the font, but I want to show you you can do this with an SGV file as well. I want to create new. We can make it 2000 by 2000, and that'll give us a nice square piece. We'll give it a background, and these won't be quite so pixelated. So let's go File, Open, Full HD, Apply. So pretty. We're going to copy that. I'm going to paste that. Oh, now this is looking really good. Look at this. I'm going to choose my Arrange or Selection tool, click away the ad, and just make that a little bit bigger. Oh, fantastic. Maybe I should have made these larger to start with. I'm also going to let's open the We Exist, going with PNG, Full HD, Apply. Going to copy this one. We're going to paste it here. Look at that. Be on your black alien layer, and we're going to choose our wand select. We're going to click our alien, hold down shift, and click on each of the other black elements. You want to make sure that you are clicking inside those black areas, including each of the letters. And because this is quite large, we don't have to zoom in for this. We can really see what we're doing. So these are all selected. We're going to click now on our Galaxy Galaxy layer, and we are going to copy. So Control C or Command C. And now we can uncheck the box on the right for the SVG file and the paper. Choose our marquee tool and click away those marching ants, and Control V or Command V. Look at that. That is so beautiful. So the larger your piece, the larger you're going to be able to print that out, and this is gorgeous. So we're going to save this file, save. I'm going to call this one We Exist Blue Galaxy Square, because I've made a square piece here. JPEG, high resolution, download. So now we have some fun files that we can print, and then we can turn into a packing tape transfer. We really do need to do an A4 printable. So let's create a new image and call this Alien Tape A4 for printable. For our width, we are going to want to do 1748. This is going to give us a 300 dpi, like a proper full A4 size. And for our height, 2480. We do want to choose white background and click create. Okay, so this is our A4 page here, our toolbars coming in, and we need to do a couple of things. So first things first, let's go File, Open, choose our Aliens We Exist, the bigger one that we did. We're going to copy that, so Control A, Control C, or just Command C if you're on a Mac. And we're going to paste that with Control V or Command V. We do need to make this fit on the page, so I'm going to pull that in by clicking and dragging the little white boxes in the corner. Now there's a thing that you need to know. You have to leave a gap down here. You can't get too close to the edge of the page. When most copy shops don't do edge to edge printing, so there will be a white border around everything. So I'm just leaving a little section here. The other thing we want is we want to File, Open, and let's open up that little happy birthday that we did. So I'm going to copy this one. I'm actually going to use the marquee because we don't need to have the whole thing, just that much will do. So surround the area you want. Control C or Command C, and close that, and Control or Command V, choose the Arrange tool. I'm going to pop that up there. I think what I'll do with this one is I'm actually going to edit, copy, then edit, paste. And I'll just paste a few of those across the top. I think this will be fun. And then again, edit, paste. So this will be like a kind of a long piece of tape. We'll have a little fun with this. And since I'm paying to have a whole page printed, I may as well have it printed at the bottom as well. So I'll paste some more down here. Remember, not too close to the edges. Erring on the side of caution. It's always good. I want to line it up. So these are probably a bit too small for photos, but they'll be great for gift tags or just tape that you're going to use to wrap a gift. There we go. That looks really good. I'm going to now flatten this. So Layer, Flatten Image, and now File, Save. We've got our name, JPEG, high resolution, download. So that's going to download this to my computer, and then I can send this off to my copy shop, either online, do online ordering, or you can place it onto a USB thumb drive, close that, and take it down to the copy shop. This needs to be printed on just printer paper. You don't want thick cardstock. It's going to make this job harder when we do the packing tape transfer. So you want it on just regular printer paper, and you want this laser printed. So I'm doing a color laser print. It's going to cost me 85 cents here in Australia, probably different for you, and it will print all of this in glorious color. So I'm going to go to the copy shop and get this done. I'll be back in just a moment. Don't go anywhere, and we're going to do this packing tape transfer technique. Loads of fun. And here we have the piece that I picked up from the printers. Ended up only costing me 65 cents, so I'm happy with that. What we need is packing tape, a bone folder, scissors, and a tub of water, but I have that off to the side. Also, make sure you're working on a flat surface. I've taken a length of packing tape a little wider than the paper, smoothed it over the top, and now I'm going to burnish it with the bone folder. You could use an old gift card, a credit card, some sort of scraper, but just something so that you can really make sure that the packing tape is adhered to the laser printing, because we're going to remove the paper, but the print is going to be left behind on the packing tape. And then I just trimmed down the edges so that I didn't have excess tape lying around. Now you could cut these apart, but I'm just going to do the whole sheet at once. So we're going to repeat that step. I'm going to cut a length of packing tape. Now you could cut it and then apply it, or you can apply it and then just cut the end. Either way, it's not rocket science. It's just going to be applying it. And so I don't lose the end. This is how I store my packing tape. Thought you might like to know that, might find it handy. So again, just trimming down the tape. It might be tempting to turn it around to the back, but we don't want to do that. We only want tape on the front. And again, burnish that down well. And it's not super, deadly important that it be perfect. It just needs to really make good contact. Now you may have noticed that this is a little taller than a length of packing tape. So what I'm going to do is we're going to layer them up. This is how you can do a larger piece. So I've layered a piece at the top and now I'm going to overlap ever so slightly the next piece so that the tape is all going to be stuck together when we remove the paper from the back. This one ended up taking 4 strips of packing tape and it worked out really well actually. Yes, you will probably see a little of the overlap, but it is so small that it is not a big issue. Again, you want to burnish this so that the laser printing is making really good contact with the tape. And there is something I will tell you about this print. So when I have my pieces printed, so if you're in Australia, I have mine done at Officeworks. They are all over Australia, and you probably have a chain store that does printing and stationery and so on and so forth wherever you live. But I have 2 options here. One is to print it myself on the self-service copiers. The other is for them to do it for me. Now, I ordered this online and picked it up. They did it for me. The paper is thicker. So next time I would definitely do this on the self-service printer without such thick paper. So we're going to take our tub with water, make sure it's big enough to fit your whole page. This is warm water. I just found it's more pleasant to work with because it's cold here. And also it just takes effect that little bit faster. And we want to completely soak it. And as you're watching, this is real time. I've not sped this up at all. You can see the strip of paper there towards the left end. There is no packing tape on that. So when I come back to this, and I haven't paused it, I haven't taken any out. This is completely real time. That piece, it just breaks straight apart. So I was able to break off the bottom, break off those 2 separate strips. We're going to use them for a bit of decoration. And now you need to rub the paper away from the packing tape. Now, depending on the paper you're using, it might just peel away. That's great. You can sometimes do this with magazines as well. But for this laser print, we're just going to rub that paper away, and all of a sudden we find ourselves with no paper on the tape, but the laser print is still there. Can you see the print in that window where I've rubbed the paper away? Look at this. So the print remains on the packing tape, and we're just going to rub the paper away. Now, because this was thicker paper, it was 100 GSM, I had to really work at this, so I didn't film the entire process, but I will also show you how it looks on that larger piece as well over one of the joins. All up, I would say that clearing the paper off both of these took me about 10 minutes overall, which, that's not too bad. If I'd used thinner paper, it would have been even faster. But here is part of the blue design. You just rub it away there, and eventually I took it out of the tub and just worked on a towel, and you can see through there. Here is my end result. I've got the 2 strips. I just stuck them down, and as they dry, some of the adhesive sticky remains. So they're now kind of like very low tack clear tape pieces. So let's take the happy birthday ones, and I just grabbed a glass jug from my sideboard, and this would be great temporary decoration, and you can wrap it around glass. You can put them in windows. You could use this tape decoratively around a gift when you're wrapping it. It's not going to hold really firmly, but if you sort of secure it with one tape and then use this transfer tape, very cool. This is an activity that you can do with kids. It's fun for all ages. It's probably better to do all this wet, cold work in summer, but this is a fun thing that you can do with your favorite fonts, papers, SVG files that you're picking up at Creative Fabrica. I'll link to all of the ones that I have used. I hope you enjoyed this project. I'm really thrilled with it. I can't wait to try this some more, and I hope that you will have a lot of fun with this project as well.